Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video, we'll be talking about all the deals and discounts you're going to want to stay tuned for this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. And trust me, this is an absolutely fantastic week that you're going to want to stay tuned for. We have great discounts, especially with these three vehicles in front of me, and we also have fantastic money-making opportunities. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. And I'm going to start off with the money-making, because I know a lot of you love the bonus money that you can obviously make in GTA. So starting off, what exactly are we working with? Well, we have ×2 money on FIB priority file, the black box file. If this is also the weekly file, then it means you'll be able to make $600,000 by completing a simple Darnell Bros mission, which is obviously great. Not only that, we also have double money on mobile operations missions, double money on Terabyte client jobs, and Fooligans jobs. So what that means is if you don't have the trade price for the Oppressor Mark II, get your hands on a Terabyte, and then you can obviously get the discount price of the Oppressor and make some extra money while doing the client jobs. And by contacting Dax on the phone, you can request Fooligans jobs, and this is the only way you're going to be able to get your hands on the upgraded equipment for the Acid Lab. And trust me, you're going to want to get your hands on that equipment, because this week, you're making ×2 the production speed of your Acid Lab. So that means you're earning $120,000 an hour with the Acid Lab, maybe even a little bit more. And if you have GTA Plus, you're making double money on the Acid Lab. So that is technically ×4 money from what you'd normally be making by using the Acid Lab this week, which is absolutely amazing. Just be prepared to be doing a lot of sale missions, because that thing fills up quickly as it normally is. And if we have ×2 production speed, yeah, it's going to be filling up really fast. Thankfully, it's a single vehicle sale mission. I'll have a whole video up tomorrow, not only how to get your Acid Lab fully upgraded if you haven't already done that, but also how to make the maximum amount of money by selling in public lobbies. So make sure you stay tuned for that. With that being said, let's break into this week's discounts. We'll start off with the two free vehicles. We have the Tropos Rally, which is the prize ride challenge. To get your hands on this, you have to finish top 3 in an Ellis Car Meet series 3 days in a row. Which is, actually no, this just says finish top 3 in the Ellis series car meet race. Oh, well, that's pretty easy. That's it? Is that one day? That's what I wrote down, so if that's the case, that's great. We also have the Cavalcade XL, which is an interesting vehicle. It doesn't have anything special going for it. No bulletproof glass, doesn't have any Amani Tech armor. So I can't really say there's any reason to buy this, especially when you can get the Granger, which I think does have Amani Tech, the Granger 3600. So I wouldn't really recommend to buy the Cavalcade, but hey, if you like the look of Cadillacs, it's not a bad looking SUV. It's just, I still don't see much of a reason to get your hands on it. But it's this week on the podium, so you can get it for free. And I guess that's something, right? So then that brings us over to the discounts. And these are great discounts. First of all, we have 30% off the Terabyte upgrades and modifications as well. And if you don't own a Terabyte, you need to get one, right? The best way, in my opinion, to get your hands on a Terabyte is going over to Maze Bank Foreclosures and getting your hands on a garment factory, which we can see located right here. It's going to cost you about $2.5 million. And then once you get the garment factory, you can store the Terabyte inside of it. You can also get access to the master control terminal when purchasing a Terabyte, and because it's 30% off, that's absolutely amazing. This is one of the most important purchases for anybody to make this week. I legitimately think the Terabyte is the best vehicle in Grand Theft Auto Online right now, so it's definitely something you're going to need. Then we have this, which is the MOC, the Mobile Operations Center. Now, the MOC is pretty sweet. Not only does it come with a station to upgrade your vehicles in the back, you can also store your own personal vehicles in here. It has a Weapon Mark II workshop, and it has the most armored cab in the game. This little cab right here, if we pull it off of the trailer, this can survive a whopping 70 homing missiles before being destroyed. Well, it's 69, which I'm pretty sure Rockstar did as a joke. But yes, it can survive basically an unlimited amount of explosions. You're never going to have to worry about being taken out. Not only that, but it's fast. It achieves a top speed of around 102 miles per hour. It's just an amazing vehicle. Plus, it has semi-bulletproof glass, as we can see. So it's very hard to actually kill the person that is inside of the vehicle as well. So that's all fantastic. By the way, all of these feature semi-bulletproof glass, which is something that you should keep in mind, and obviously is very, very important. And then finishing off, we have, you guessed it, the Acid Lab. The Acid Lab is also 30% off, including all of its upgrades. So if you don't have the Acid Lab, this is the week to do so. Now, obviously, purchasing an Acid Lab is a bad idea. Just do the Dax missions and you'll get it for free. And by the way, you can't upgrade the Acid Lab unless you complete the missions anyway, so you need to do 10's Fooligans missions. So just go through the storyline. Get your hands on an Acid Lab. The missions are pretty fun. And the Acid Lab is a beast. Not only can it survive upwards of 50 homing missiles, it is also incredibly fast. The plow on this vehicle is insanely dangerous, and it has proximity mines. Now, they don't explode, but they do. I think they are EMP mines, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, the Acid Lab is one of the best armored vehicles in the game. It's incredibly fun to mess around with, and the fact that you also have the ability to run a business which has ×2 production speed this week, and you can never get raided, makes the Acid Lab one of the best purchases to make in the game. So if you don't own one, get your hands on one. And that brings us to the discounts. Every single one of these vehicles here are obviously 30% off, except for the vehicles down here, which are removed and are coming back in either Simeon's dealership or the prize ride. Starting off, we have the Overflawed Xeno. This is an alright supercar. There's nothing truly remarkable about it. It's decently fast. It's fun to mess around with, but it's an alright pickup if you like it, but I wouldn't really recommend to go out and spend your money on it. Honestly, I don't think any of the 30% discount vehicles are that amazing, but I'll still go over them. After the Xeno, we have the Pfister Comet S2 Cabrio, which is an alright vehicle. It's in the tuners category, so if you want a decent vehicle for the tuners racing, it's not a bad pickup. And we also have the Pfister Growler, which is another really, really kind of normal-looking, Porsche. Honestly, both of these vehicles are very similar. That's the only problem I've ever had with Porsche in real life, is that there's so many similar models that it's hard to differentiate which one you're driving. But in GTA, they do have good customization, especially the Growler. So I think it's a nice car. Has a good top speed around 126. Not a bad pickup. We have the Truffade Nero, which I actually would definitely recommend to pick up. First of all, the Nero just looks amazing. I'm a big fan of Bugattis, and this one looks amazing. But it gets even better because if you bring the Nero over to Benny's or the Vinewood Car Club Garage, you can turn it into the Nero Custom. And that is one of the coolest looking supercars in the game. It's absolutely amazing, and it's fun to drive. Really good on its handling. So I definitely recommend to get your hands on the Nero Custom. The Impaler LX is 30% off. Can't really say anything particularly amazing about this vehicle. We have the Tulip M100, which is 30% off. Another pretty mediocre vehicle, but it's alright, I guess. We have the Riata. Oh, no, this is not the Riata. The Riata's over there. This one's the Walton L35, which I actually am a big fan of this. It's like a, I don't know what year, but looks like an 80s-ish pickup truck. And it looks really fun. I am a big fan of this. It's fun to off-road in. It's actually a lot better at off-roading than you think, and it's got a great amount of customization. This is actually a really good pickup if you like off-roading. We have the Willard Eudora, which is basically the longest vehicle in the game. It's a literal freaking boat. I would not recommend to get your hands on this vehicle. It looks cool, but there's really nothing special about it, so that's as much as I can say. Making our way over to this list of vehicles, these are all the removed cars. So, starting off, we have the Vapid Riata. If you're a big fan of off-roaders, the Riata is not a bad pickup, although it's kind of goofy looking. I don't know why. The wheels just don't really fit the size of the vehicle, but it's a cool pickup, especially if you like off-road vehicles. We have Trevor's Truck. This is the Bodie. I actually really love Trevor's Truck. This thing's so fun to mess around with, and it's basically like $20,000, so pick this one up if you like some nostalgia. We have the Pigalle. It's an alright sports classics. I can't really say anything truly amazing about it. We have the Ubermacht Revolter, which it's alright, I guess. There's nothing too special about this car. It's got some liveries, but apart from that, can't really recommend to buy it. Same for the Route Rod. Again, pretty average vehicle. We have the Western Damon, which you can actually find at this location right here, the Biker Gang. So if you don't want to spend any money on it, just head over there. And then we have a vehicle which I'd highly recommend to get, and this is the Massacro. I love the Massacro. It's one of my favorite vehicles in GTA. Super fun, it's fast, it's maneuverable, and an absolute steal. Plus, it's removed. So this will be the only time you're able to get your hands on it for probably a very long time. And then we also have the 4-Roar GT, which is right next to me. It's another really nice looking car. Just unfortunate that it doesn't really have any customization, so I can't really recommend to pick it up. Either way, these are all the vehicles that are out this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. As always, if you'd like to see more content like this in the future, stay up to date and everything else, make sure you click that subscribe button down below. Videos like this take a lot of time and effort to post, so I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!